We are
All
live.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fantasy Football Card Quest studio. We are live tonight. We've got a special guest, To the Moon Collectibles,
What's up, guys?
primarily on Instagram. Very excited to have this guest on because in tonight's live stream, we're going to be talking about uh, investing in massive raw card collections. How do you even approach that? And also his plans with InvestiCard. He's going to teach us about that. And he's got some very exciting news that could be beneficial for all of us. Actually, it is beneficial for all of us on the live stream tonight. So welcome. You guys can find this guy on Instagram at To The Moon Collectibles. Skyler, how are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I got my peanut butter beer here, my last one, and I'm enjoying it. I'm ready to dig into this content.
I am absolutely ready as well. It's going to be a really good night. We got a lot in store for you guys. We got a huge announcement, so stay tuned towards the end of this live. It's going to benefit all of you in here, and I'm sure you guys are going to love it.
Right on, man. I see here dude, you were first in the house tonight.
Oh, man.
You beat JJ Bama to it.
Oh, man, I beat JJ.
I love it, man. Sharp Hobby. Sean's another active guy on Instagram. David Hunter, incredible insight, awesome collector. Shout out to David. Raven Invest in the house. He was on the channel Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. You got Eli Stay Shemin. What's up, brother? Beastie Braden. Let's get it. All right, guys. So there's also a lot of big news going on in the hobby. Besides the news that you want to reveal tonight, and we can touch on that a little bit as well. I mean, it's been almost hard to keep up with, right? I mean, PSA
this week has been a crazy
stopping all submissions, right?
Absolutely. Stopping all submissions. SGC just today announced they were going to triple their prices.
Wow.
On top of that, you got other grading companies not really knowing what to do, because if they're doing this, they're going to stay cheap, they're going to get overloaded, and you don't know what to do. I mean, obviously it's something that needed to happen, and a lot of people are like, you should have seen it coming, but it's still definitely a huge curveball for the guys like me and you that rely on PSA grading for our cards, or SGC, or any of those other ones.
How heavily were you relying on PSA to grade your cards?
I go through InvestiCard, and it was a huge news for them and myself, because I mean that's how we make our money through InvestiCard. Is they charge zero cost for grading. They get your cards graded and they get them sold for you. InvestiCard has since reassured us that we still have a couple orders already there. We're just going to keep sending stuff to InvestiCard, and we're just going to, from there, wait until July and build a big order and just send it off. I mean, we don't want our cards graded with anyone else. We want them with InvestiCard, or with PSA through InvestiCard. So we're going to just wait it out.
Excellent. I get that. I mean, PSA does hold the highest resale value in the hobby right now.
And it always will. In my opinion.
Sure. Yeah, because there's a lot of new players. You got HGA, you got CGS, SGC, like you said, tripled their prices. BGS has been around for ages.
Right.
But PSA is the top dog.
I like their company. I like their slabs. I like everything about them. I mean, with the new ownership, I think this was something that had to happen. They're basically hitting the reset button, which I actually do like a lot. I think the owners are doing this in the smartest way possible, because at the end of the day, they're trying to make a better service for the customer. But
okay. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting perspective. Myself, I have not submitted any cards here from my house to any of the grading companies yet. I've utilized StarStock. I've also just purchased, a lot of PSA slabs. Mm-hmm. But I'm like getting very serious about submitting cards to a company here in the next week. And I'm going a different route than PSA only because they're not available right now, right? And I've been wanting to submit cards for a while, so I'm going to give CGS a try. I've mentioned this on my channel before. I feel comfortable with them because they're backed by the antique collectibles, toy collectibles, grading background. They have that guarantee there.
Absolutely. I saw a good one from Sharp. The Star Stock News. Star Stock is basically told everyone they're not going to be accepting any more PSA orders as well until they get a reset. Star Stock's kind of doing what PSA is doing. They're getting overloaded. They need time to catch up, which, I mean, everyone's kind of setting that reset button. The hobby is taking off, guys, and it's doing something that everyone needs to take a few months off, get caught back up, and create that service they want for the customer. And I applaud all the companies that are doing that. If you're willing to wait 3 months, what's 6 months to get a card graded? If it's going to make it go up in value, and in the long term, even waiting that extra 3 months could help you in the long run even more. Thank you for pinning that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you, and I commend those companies for biting the bullet and doing it, because a lot of people, it's not a very popular move to a lot of people, but it's essential to the longevity of their business,
Absolutely.
and to be able to grow and move forward.
Absolutely.
I see JJ Bama's comment here about Brad, my buddy Brad. You know him as the comeback card investor. He's also live on YouTube right now. I'm not sure if he's got a guest or not, to be honest with you. It's been pretty crazy for me personally in the last week or so. And you and I have had to reschedule a couple of times. I had to reschedule with my last guest. And you and I had already committed to this, JJ Bama. So I didn't know Brad was going live tonight until I created the StreamYard thumbnail last night. So I'm sure he's having fun over there. And I appreciate, hey, listen, if you can pop back and forth, maybe you could pull up 2 screens, and show us some love. But we're talking about some fun stuff tonight. And he has cake, laugh out loud. I've got beer. Does that count for anything? It's still the signature peanut butter beer. Tastes pretty good, man. No, it's not as pretty as a big slice of chocolate cake, though.
We appreciate every one of you here right now.
I appreciate you not multitasking, JJ Bama. Brad, I understand. So, all right. Let's talk about this huge raw card collection. And I'm going to go ahead, and Skylar's given me permission to go ahead and throw up his Instagram page, and we can look, right, because all of his social media activity is on here. Now, he does post a lot of videos. He's extremely transparent, guys, and he's very active on a daily basis, as you can see here. But there was one video that caught my eye, and it was all these raw cards. And I know you've been kind of hosting like nightly sales, but this picture right here, you purchased everything in this picture, right?
Yeah, we picked that up. I think that was last Wednesday, maybe. If you look at the
last Wednesday, where did you find this? Like, what marketplace did you find this on?
I found this on Facebook Marketplace. I've actually bought 3 collections so far of Facebook Marketplace. I've been trying to find collections, and this one came up, and I was the first one to get it, and we picked it up the same day. I didn't even have time to look at it. I just kind of blind bought it, but it's been working out really well so far. It had a bunch of old packs. It has a bunch of old football and baseball and some basketball. If you actually exit out, you'll see the other one I believe I posted.
It's a
little farther down, but I live in Nebraska, and a lot of people have been telling me about Facebook Marketplace, and so we checked it out, and that's the merch and the new logo, but I think it's a little farther down.
A little farther down?
Yeah, it should be.
Hey, I love your new logo too, by the way. I believe, who's your sponsor behind this logo?
the sponsor is listed in the logo. I can't
You know,
remember who did that, but Eli's Vinyl is the one that we're going with. He's sponsoring the merch drop. So shout out to Eli's Vinyl
okay.
on Instagram. Is the man behind the scenes of all the merch. He's doing a great job. As you guys can see, we have a bunch of different lives from there. A little farther down, that's the
Yeah,
mask.
for sure. So I really like this concept of having a serial numbered shirt too.
Yeah, we're doing a base
Very
model,
cool.
and then we're gonna have a shirt numbered out of 50. That was 51 out of 51, but we're gonna do 1 out of 50. So that's gonna be the premium, as you would call it, and those are gonna be on sale. They're on sale today for $50.
Really nice.
Yep. And we wanted to do that because we know
Nice, man.
like numbered stuff. And
All right, so tell me a little bit more about this raw collection. Do you have any like how do you begin approaching a collection like that? You get it loaded all in your car. I imagine you were somehow able to get it in one one car trip.
the second one, they actually brought it to my house. I paid an extra $20 because they had a truck. Um,
Nice.
I don't know.
$20 is not bad
No, it was a
for them to
40-minute
bring it
drive.
all in a truck.
I think this is the first one we bought. I think this is just a video of me posting some of the good finds. Um, but yeah, the way I approach these is I start by looking through all the boxes and like separating the foil cards from the non-foils. I think that's always a good
Okay.
approach. And I separate by sport, and then you kind of look for rookie cards and quarterbacks for football, and for basketball you look for like um, key players, I guess, and then you kind of evaluate those. Autographs are a good thing to sort too. Um, yeah, there was a lot of autographs in this one. The first buy was a really good buy. That both situations kind of were completely different. There's a Mickey Mantle optic.
That's a first year optic too, I think.
That's a
It looked
27.
like the design from the
Yeah, that one I think we just sold on our raw card show last night. The Manny. Um, but yeah, you just kind of
how much.
separate. I think I only got offer or got 5 for it. I had it for 10, I think. I mean, you guys would be really surprised.
So is that your so you're separating out the chrome or the shiny cards from the non-shiny cards and
Right.
looking at, obviously you have a good understanding of who all the key players and Hall of Fame players are across all sports. And I see you got some non-sports look like Marvel maybe or
Yeah, Marvel.
something else kind of cool there. And so you sort these cards out and then what do you do with them? Are you then taking them to Investicard, or are you taking them directly to Instagram? Or
If we get anything graded, we go through Investicard. That is just the way we do our system right now. Anything else, I do rock hard shows on my Instagram. I sometimes will post cards for sale on my story, but we're strictly Instagram. But if we're gonna get it graded, we send it to Investicard. Investicard just recently launched a raw card show, so we might be sending them some raw cards as well to put on there. But we strictly like to use them for grading purposes, especially with the free PSA grading.
nice. Real quick, I got a question from JJ Bama. If you feel comfortable answering, how much that lot was, that
Um,
raw card lot?
I got the most recent one was only 400. This
That
one,
the big one that I showed in the first picture with those
yeah,
albums.
the blind buy, yeah,
Wow, man. So yeah, I
yeah,
could see you blind buying that.
yeah. And then this one in this picture, I believe it was kind of hard because we bought a stamp collection as well and some other stuff, but I don't totally remember the exact final price. I know it was under $1,000 though.
Very, very cool. What's the nicest football card that you found out of that other lot, that
It's
first
it's
lot I
still
showed?
It's actually still being sorted, man. I've been so busy this week. I what I basically do is I just get stuff ready to go, and then I make my $5 polls, and then I make my there's some Ken Griffey's. But and then I make my stuff for Investacard, and then I make my stuff that I want to do, like my $10 and over box for the rock hard show. I can't really tell you off the top of my head. I know the nicest football card I actually own is it got sent to Investacard, but it was a Jerry Rice rookie card from way back when.
Nice, man. You got a Jerry Rice rookie card?
Yep, that was in my dad's collection. But
Very nice. Yeah, so you
we
were telling me that a little bit. Go ahead.
we specialize more in basketball.
Okay. Now, personally, you're in Nebraska, so I'm guessing that your NFL team is Kansas City, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Actually, I really before we started the industry, being in this industry, we really didn't do a lot of um I haven't watched a lot of sports, so I don't really have a team, if you want me to say that.
Well,
I
I saw you have a University of Kentucky hat on in one of your videos.
my dad's a huge Kentucky fan. He's always been and always will be. That's been his basketball team since day one. When it comes to football, I don't really watch them. I mean, I just kind of follow the trend. I've been to a couple Kansas City. I haven't been to the games, but I've been to Kansas City and watched the games, and I think they're a good team. I like Mahomes, so I guess you could say I'm a Chiefs fan because it's just kind of the way you got to be in Nebraska. But um, I don't know. I like the Vikings if I'm going to pick a pro team.
Okay. Okay. Do you
Yeah.
got any nice Justin Jefferson cards yet?
We found a few, nothing that's crazy value though. I mean, the
I
problem
saw
is,
you had a
with
really nice National Treasure Stephon Diggs up for
I
sale
did.
the other night.
I picked that up recently. Yes.
That was a beautiful card. That booklet.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a long-term hold for sure, I think. Oh,
So,
there's a Ken
so
Griffey.
teach me a little bit about Investicard. Now, is that the kind of card you would throw over to Investicard?
Um, so if you go to partners here,
Okay, because I'm not too familiar with Investicard, other than you basically told me that you send them your raw cards and they will evaluate them and grade them. Do they auction them off for you as well? Or are they kind of like a consignment? Or
so if you scroll down here to partner program, um,
okay,
and you kind of zoom in on that, that kind of gives you everything you need to know about Investacard. All your submissions, basically, what you do is you send them to them, and then they have a team that basically goes through your raw cards and evaluates them. And if they're over a certain threshold, right now the threshold is $199. That could change with if prices go up. Um, that they will send them in for grading. So if let's say you get a PSA 9, worst case scenario, it's $199. They sell it on eBay for $199. You will net 50% of that card. But let's say you get a card that you send in that is the over the 199 value, and you get up to the 200 to 399. You will get it graded. So let's say that's probably about a $30 card in the raw form. So if I
hmm
sold that card right now, I'd get $30. But I send it to Investacard. They get it graded. It comes back a PSA 9. They sell it for me for $200. I can either choose to sell that card on the live show, and then if they sell that card, I net 65% of that sale. So, or I can choose for them to sell it on eBay. So maybe they put it on the live show and it doesn't sell, and they put it on eBay and it sells. I get 60% of that sale. I don't pay
Interesting.
I don't pay any cost for grading. I don't pay any of the shipping transaction fees. I just get a straight 65% of that $200. So that $30 raw card that you just had, you turn that into, what is that? 65% of 200. Let me do the math. I mean,
Yeah, I mean you're talking, yeah, something like $120.
Yeah, you get $120 from that $30 raw card that you just had. Obviously, you can do that yourself, and you could have made that, 75, 80%, but you also have to sell it yourself. And their view is huge, and they have a big PSA connection so that your cards will come back faster.
Mm.
So, but then
You
when
think you think it's more likely for them to come back as a higher grade as well if they PSA receives a card from Investacard? There.
I mean, there's always that speculation. I mean, I've always been a believer that I think they're going to get higher grades because of the way they do their process. I mean, if it's the little things from like cleaning the card to putting it in a new top loader, new penny sleeve. I mean, that's what gets you the higher grades in the end of the day. And I mean, you can do that stuff, but they know how to do it right. I really like though when you start getting into the higher end values. I mean, their percentages. I mean, it only takes what at 80% go up to 80.
Yeah, I think going back to your point, it seems to me from a strategy point of view, the higher the value of the card, the better it is. I mean, in a sense, because if it's raw and you're uncertain about it, and you really struggle with selling, I mean, let's face it, that's probably the most difficult aspect of card investing and flipping is when it comes time to sell. Who wants to, who wants to part ways with these beautiful cards that you've collected over time and this and that, and they're raw, and so
I sent in a Michael Jordan Flair sticker card to these guys. I got the estimate from my card shop that it was going to be at least a $500 grade, maybe more. I sent it to them. If that card gets a PSA 9 or PSA 10, the minimum I'm going to be making is 85%, even PSA
wow.
8. I can't make 85% selling that card myself on the live show. If it sells on eBay, obviously I'll be in that. I'll still be in that threshold of but I didn't have to pay that $500 to $1,000 up front to get it graded.
Yeah, no, that is a great point, and I can see their service being very effective. Let me ask you, their live show, what platform is that on? Is that
That
YouTube,
is on
Instagram?
Instagram every Monday night at 9 p.m. Florida
Okay.
time. And I will tell you, every time they do the live show, there's at most maybe one lot that's left. They sell they have no problem selling every lot every Monday night. That
Wow.
they did a live all day baseball show today.
15.2K followers.
Yeah, they are super popular. Zero cost for grading. Authorized PSA dealer. There you go. And they have an eBay. You can go check out their eBay too.
Very cool.
Yeah, very great company. Eddie, I don't know his last name, but Eddie's the guy who runs it. I work with a guy called uh I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Young Prophet is his nickname. So if you guys ever do want to work with them, ask for Young Prophet. He's a great guy. They have great reviews. I don't know if you can see that feedback, but it had like great company.
Yeah, no, their feedback is almost unanimously 5 stars. I mean, only 22 negative out of 8,264 positive. I mean, that's really good. I imagine these 22, and it's not even taken away from their 5 star. They've got 5 stars across the board.
They have an investor called Marcus Lemonis. I don't know if you've heard of him from The Profit or whatever on ABC or NBC, something like that.
Sounds super familiar. Yeah.
Very good investor. He does a lot of stuff, or he's an investor into Investacard. So that just gives me a little more feeling of good that a millionaire is investing in this company.
Blame was commenting on your fresh shave. Yeah, if you guys saw his IG, he had a big beard before today.
Just a few hours ago, actually.
Nice, man. So out of this huge raw card collection, then the strategy, you get them in your possession. Do you leave them in the boxes that you got them, or do you have like
The best thing,
containers or
the best thing.
bins that?
Oh, sorry. The best thing you can do is not touch them. because the
Mm.
more times you touch the card, usually I buy these and they're all not in penny sleeves or top loaders. I don't touch them until I start sorting them and have the penny sleeves ready so they don't potentially get more damaged. Thank you. But
So
yes,
so don't touch them, right? Don't touch them as
until you're
little
ready,
as possible.
until you're ready to sort them, because
Okay.
the more you touch the cards and the more you sort through them, the more likely they are to get, little scratches or something. If it is a potential graded card, it's more likely to not be a PSA 10 or
Mm.
PSA 9.
What if so you've got a card, beautiful card, say it's a Jerry Rice rookie card. It's in a dirty penny sleeve. Looks like there's some, dust and stuff on it. And I mean, you've got gloves on, take it out of the penny sleeve. Do you use any type of little microfiber cloth to clean it off?
I personally don't even take it out. I just send it to where it needs to go because I trust those guys more with handling those cards than
Gotcha.
myself. I mean, that's just how we run our business. I don't have the knowledge on how to clean them correctly or do all that. I might take it out of the top loader and put it in a new one, but that's one of the many services Investacart offers for me, so I take advantage of that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense, man. I'm thinking about all the pain points and challenges around, sorting and organizing a huge raw card collection and then deciding what to get graded or what to submit to an online marketplace like ComC or StarStock, and then what to submit to grading companies. And then you've got, I mean, I know you're doing a lot of on Instagram, but I do a lot of listing raw cards on eBay and stuff like that.
Yep.
Um,
There's
and this is just a totally pain-free avenue that you can take if you've got some cards like this comment here from Blake Fletcher. I think this is a great little comment to kind of sum up Investicard here. Is great for people with huge collections that are hard to move fast.
Yep. Or if you have huge cards that you don't trust yourself moving. I'm with the Michael Jordan, for example. I don't want to deal with that big of a transaction. I would rather pay somebody. I'm going to send it probably to an auction page anyways. So I'd rather send it to them and let them handle it for me.
Boom, boom. All right, so Skylar, do you want to talk about your merch drop, or do you would
Yeah, so guys, we are doing a merch drop. I don't know if you saw the pictures on our Instagram. The merch is dropping today. Shout out to Eli's Vinyl Shop on Instagram. Um, we are offering t-shirts for $25, mask for $10, and then a premium t-shirt for $50 that will be numbered out of 50. We also will throw in stickers as well. That was the picture. Yep. That's probably the best one in the middle there, but that just gives you a little idea. The masks are right there. The t-shirts in the middle there. It's the logo with our name on the back, and then Eli's vinyl on the sleeve.
what's the thought behind the name To the Moon Collectibles? Did you come up with that, or was that
I came up with that. My buddy was all into that Dogecoin, and during that time was the same day I started going through sports cards. So he got in before the boom. It boomed. I didn't get in. I saw the video of sports cards, found all these sports cards that my dad had, um, and that's what brought along To the Moon Collectibles.
wow? Yeah, because literally the prices of what his old collection went to the moon.
Right, right. Exactly. And I just thought, I mean, I wanted something catchy. I actually owned a business a while ago called Sky's the Limit Gaming when I did back in the day when I did Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards. And I had a TCG player. Um, that's a great platform for anyone that has Pokemon cards. I like it better than eBay personally. You definitely should check that out.
TCG player.
Yes.
Interesting. And so
Um,
this is an online marketplace for Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
for trading cards specifically, yes. It's one of
Mm.
the number one. It's definitely the number one place to go if you want to buy Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Magic cards or any of those cards.
Wow. So it's kind of like the star stock of the trading cards. So I imagine they have Magic, The Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon.
Yes, and Dragon Ball Z and all those.
Dragon Ball Z's got trading cards?
Yes.
Do they hold any type of? I used to love that show as a kid.
They revamped it. I don't know if it's still going or not, but yes, they were holding some good value for a while.
Very cool, dude. Very cool. I'm fascinated. Like I'm impressed by your ambition, you know, and getting this many cards. Like I would be overwhelmed, and then you know, with everything else going on, they'd be sitting here, and you know,
Yeah,
I tried to go through, but I mean, how many cards can you actually go through in one day?
maybe a 4 row.
What did you say? 4 rows?
Yeah, if you're lucky.
So, do you want to? I think this is a good time to announce your big news. I mean, this is big news for you.
Oh yeah. So guys, we are doing another collaboration deal with a company that you all probably have seen. The company is called Your Slab. We're going to be doing a collaboration deal with them. My slab is coming in tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos about that this weekend. If you guys want a Show Your Slab, you can use promo code at Moon for 10% off your entire purchase. Um, and yeah, I think it's a great company, and I think they're only going to get bigger, especially with the amount of people getting their PSA cards back. Instead of hiding them and putting them in a case or something like that, you can hang them on your wall and show them off to your friends. I mean, there you go. The base
Boom.
model, $189.99 for the 9 slab. They have PSA, BGS, and then I think there's another one too. But that's kind of what it looks like. You can actually customize it to put your logo and your name on there. That's just what they do. So where that SYS is, that's where your logo will be, and then it will say Gem Mint, whatever, PSA 9, PSA 10, and then you just display your cards. Great
Very
price.
cool. So they'll send you this giant plaque. And is that glass or is that like plexiglass?
I think it's plexiglass. I'm not sure the exact material, but it hangs on your wall and it's not super heavy. So if you guys do want one, use promo code Moon. I'm gonna be hopefully giving some of these away on my page after we start doing a little more work with these guys. But yeah, this is a huge collaboration deal, and they have up to 25 slabs. If you click over one, that's the 25 slab. By the 9 slab there.
Oh, 25 slab.
Yeah, there you go. So if you guys got a big collection that you want to show off, you can pick up one of those. They're a little higher price, but it's definitely worth it if you. That's for
320.
BGS. Yep.
There's
There
the
you go.
BGS. Oh, so you can get that BGS too.
Yeah, so the BGS only works for BGS slabs, but they're really nice.
Yeah, because their slabs are a little thicker. So I guess they have to have that little bit of a deeper pocket.
Yep. Great company. I love the guys. They have a lot of ambition. We've been in the talks for the last couple weeks, so I'm super excited to get mine in tomorrow and start working with them.
Very cool. And so promo code Moon, that gets you, what is that? I think you said
10% off your entire purchase.
10% off your entire purchase, which when we're talking, I mean, this is a nice investment. But I mean, I'm inclined to get one of these myself because I think this would be perfect on my wall here. And, you know, I think the cards are all about displaying them. You know, I mean,
Absolutely. agree. I mean, if you look behind you, it looks like you kind of have something similar on your
Yeah, these are the little plexiglass shells that I bought off of Amazon.
right, right.
And that thing over there is meant for cards, but it only holds raw cards.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I mean, when you get so many, it's kind of hard to display them all. But with this way, you can have multiples and hang them on the wall, and it shows BGS up there and your logo. That was my favorite thing is I get my logo on the slab.
Would it be on the BGS? Would this be your logo where the SYS is?
I believe so. I believe that's where your logo will be, and on the PSA, it's in the middle there. You can double
Ah,
you can double check with them, but I believe it's where the
very cool.
because on the BGS slabs, that's where your logo would go on the corner there. You know.
Yeah, there's some examples of the PSA with the custom logo. I like that, man. So if you when you get one, is it going to be all basketball cards that you put in there, or what's your
I've been
plans for
buying
it?
a few slabs. I just picked up 2 Zion Williams PSA 9s for the my board. That's one of the cards I've wanted since I got into the hobby is Prism from I think it was 2019. So I have 2 of those that will go on the board and then just some other ones. I don't really have a lot of football slabs, so maybe I'll get a football slab eventually to put on there. My goal is to start with something and then build on it, like that make it a progression series, where we this is what we're starting with, we're going to keep building on it.
Bulldozer 99 wants to know how they ship that. I'm
I
curious too.
I don't even know. I'm getting it tomorrow as free shipping. You can pay an additional $20 to get it expedited, I think, but it was I think it was free shipping after everything.
I'm reading some of these comments. People talking about um, Bulldozer. First, he said he put his slabs in his middle school backpacks, and then JJ Bama puts his slabs in a safe. Mike Ham, my Tampa brother, he likes to put them. Don't want to display super valuable cards, and he wants to know if that thing's fireproof.
I doubt it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's more for the centerpiece. If you got a man cave and you got about 9 slabs that you want to show off to your friends, or maybe you have a specific team slab you build, it's just
Ooh.
something cool, Yeah, you could do like a whole team, of like this player, this team. There's so many ways you can go about it.
You know what I'm thinking, Skylar? QB, two running back, two wide receiver, tight end, flex, defensive player, kicker. Boom.
Boom.
Dude, this is perfect. This slab right here is perfect for my fantasy team next
There you
year
go.
that I'm going to hopefully beat David Hunter with and the rest of the guys that are in the league that did pretty bad last year.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love this company, and I think the price point is perfect. I mean, you guys will go and spend, $300 on a single slab nowadays alone. Now you can get something that holds them safely and protects them. Oh man.
So Blake, I don't know what kind of slabs Blake bought, but maybe he's got some Roberto Aguayo 1 out of 1,
Michael
like
Jordan.
JJ Bama sent me.
He got that 101 LeBron from Burbank.
JJ Bama coming with the humor as always. He asked his wife he could put that on his bedroom wall above the bed, and now she's calling a divorce attorney. She calling a divorce attorney because of the 1 minute JJ or the slab holder above your bed.
Oh man.
Anyways, good people. So football. I mean, so since you're back in, I know you're following a little bit, but I'm sure you've got to have an opinion on whose rookie card is a really good investment going into the 2021 season, and I'm curious to hear your opinion on that.
I think we have a lot of theory on that. People really like Herbert and Burrow. I mean, I think they're great cards. I'm trying to look outside the box, you know, and just from what I can see, I would say Patrick Mahomes right now is super undervalued,
Really?
in my opinion. I mean, his cards are seem like they've gone down a lot since last season, even though he had such a great performance. I don't know if you go to his rookie cards, but they're actually pretty cheap right now. Cheap as in what they were, I guess, if you want to say that. They're not cheap, but you can get some of his cards at a pretty good value. I also am really liking Tua as well. I've heard a lot of hype around him. There you go.
Yeah, but it just look. I mean, I'm gonna zoom in on this. You can't see it, but it's just. I mean, the clickbait, the clickbait of people on eBay. This
The
is a refrigerator magnet of Patrick Mahomes,
Yep, yep, the clickbait.
but they made it look exactly like an 508 sold. They made it look exactly like a an optic autograph card.
That's been happening a lot lately.
If you're not careful, they won't put it at the beginning either. They'll put Patrick Mahomes 2017 Donruss, blah 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 blah, and then reprint or refrigerator magnet or toilet paper. We're still kind of in the COVID days, so toilet paper is a premium.
Yeah, but I really like Patrick Mahomes cards. It doesn't even have to be his rated rookie. There's just a lot of his cards right now don't seem like they're where they should be. And he's one of those players that I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. Um, I also think, just from what I've been seeing, a lot of Brady and Peyton Manning cards seem like they're way cheaper than they should be as well, especially on the older stuff that's raw. I mean, you can find it on eBay at a pretty good price. I think if sports cards see the boom like basketball did, or football cards, I guess, see the boom like basketball did, a lot of those cards are going to get eaten up, and you're going to start seeing more spikes. Like, there you go, is rated rookie 275. I mean,
Ooh, look at this! Look at this, dude! Buy it now.
that's an invest a lot right there.
Wow, SBMC 1980. He's got the rainbow, the optic rainbow. Black, purple, red, blue, orange. What's your favorite parallel, Skylar?
I don't know. That's hard to say. I mean, probably the red yellow, or the, what is it, the red blue. I don't know. That aqua is kind of cool. You can't go wrong with red with Patrick Mahomes. That red yellow
True.
though, in his with him would be perfect, especially if you got the HGA collaboration. A little expensive for my wallet though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mine too, brother. But I hope to one day be the person, hosting that auction. Like
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe someday. I just
that's
I
the quest.
A lot of people don't talk about him like they should, I don't think. I think there's a lot of potential in his cards, and I've seen a lot of people pick up some crazy deals. You just got to look around, guys. I mean, investor lot. There you go. 4 of them.
For PSA 9, that's 500 a pop. That's not terrible, if you consider that it's hard to get cards back from PSA.
And that's like the card you want for Patrick Mahomes as well.
Yeah, it's the base paper, but I mean it's a rated rookie, brother. And that card, I will say though, I've seen my buddy the Card Dojo pull almost. I think he may have pulled 4 of these at this point, at least 3, maybe 4. And he bought huge lots of 2017 Donruss packs early on. It's about a year ago now, and he's just been breaking a pack every week. And he's pulled a pretty decent amount, and they look really good. I'm interested to see what grades he gets back, someday. But for sure, this is like his base card. Like this is the first card I would go to would be this card.
Yeah, I like this lot a lot. I mean, if you're a true investor, this is definitely one to add to the watch list. Maybe even make an offer if if they have that feature, or message the seller.
Now I don't have market movers pulled up, so I don't have the chart of where it was at. But just based on my own memory, I do know that these cards are pretty much trading about what they were, kind of really close to. You're right; they're low during the season there in October when a lot of football cards saw a dip. Because there was a huge spike on almost every starting football player in September. And then it was the injuries and the expectations weren't there. And of course, you had then hype building for basketball, and the sports card market as a whole needed to cool off. Just kind of like the stock market does. And now we're back in a climb right now, heading into the draft. It would seem of a lot of different football players. Every time a football player gets traded, look at Sammy Watkins. Just went to Baltimore yesterday or the day before, and on a 1-year contract coming from Kansas City. And I guarantee you that his cards have sold, even though, I mean, look at Baltimore. They probably run the ball. I would guess that they have a higher run to pass ratio than a lot of teams in the NFL.
Absolutely. I see there being a slow climb until probably that end of July. If Nationals happens, you're going to see a crazy boom. It's going to I mean, we're hoping and praying it happens. There's still a chance it may not. But if the National Card Show happens, the card industry is going to go to the moon. I mean, that's just all there is to it. JJ Bama.
JJ Bama, I can't imagine selling a $200,000 card on eBay. Yeah, better be ready to pay for the taxes on that, right?
There you go. Front page, featured card.
Featured card. Who catches your eye right here on the Patrick Mahomes?
Yep.
Tricolor, 1/99. Love that field level. What do you feel about Select? I think Select dropped retail today. Mike Ham, are you finding any Select out there, brother?
Premium.
What's your opinion on Select?
If I'm going to buy a football card and I'm going to make a big investment, I want it to be Select for football.
Interesting.
For basketball, I want Prism, but for football, Select 100%.
Interesting. Well, you just, I didn't need a whole lot of convincing, but now I'm even more in love with Select. I was already all in on Select, but man, I really like the Select set. The field level is my favorite, of course. That action pose.
Absolutely.
With the swirls in there. It's got the chrome, and then they've got the variations. If you get that field level silver, whoo,
yeah,
fire.
I think when it comes to like Optic and Prism for football, they sell. But for Select, for some reason, those are the cards people chase because of the pictures, like you said.
Say that last part again, Skylar. I was reading this comment from David Hunter.
Pictures on the cards sell themselves. Select. I think you just get a much cooler picture, I guess, and in my opinion.
Yeah, you get a much cooler picture. I really like the way that the player in this is not posed at all. This was a picture taken during a game, and that's the signature Patrick Mahomes focus. He's probably got a little tongue action going on the other side, like Michael Jordan. You see Patrick Mahomes get that, and it's just that laser focus, going through his scan progression on the field, and he's on the move, doing what he does best. Crazy athlete.
Crazy, and I mean, there's just not a lot of hype.
You're right. There's no hype on him now. He's certainly going to maintain a premium until he does something really stupid like Deshaun Watson, potentially hypothetical. I don't know what's going on there.
Right.
Um, or he gets like severely hurt or something like Joe Burrow. You know, we saw Joe Burrow take a dive after he had his knee shattered. You think he's going to come back in 2021?
I'm not totally sure, man. I'm not totally sure. I know the players hope he does, but if I had to pick between Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert for an investment, it'd be Justin Herbert 100%.
Justin Herbert's got a beautiful deep ball. I mean, just a beautiful throwing motion.
I saw
Incredible. I mean, incredible athlete. Great quarterback.
awesome videos, yeah, and his cards sell themselves. I mean,
Do you get involved in any breaks or any retail product acquisitions? Are you able to find that in your area? I imagine Nebraska is fairly rural, but I'm not sure what city you're in.
I get on Instagram and they're everywhere. Um, on Instagram, Facebook in my area, but
Hmm.
I've just never been a believer in the packs, man. I've done a few in my life, in my life in the industry, but you just don't ever see a return. And the one out of, 20 times you see a return, you're paying for your 10 other losses. It's just, there's not, to me, there's not a gain in ripping except enjoyment. I mean, if you enjoy it and it's something you like to do, if that's your go, instead of going to the movies or going out to dinner, you do a rip or a team draft, there you go. But if you're trying to rip to make money, you're better off just buying the product yourself and or paying the premium and going out. But I prefer buying collections. I mean, that's just how I do it. I think the guys who rip, I mean, they make good money too, but you have to have that following. I mean, if you build a good following, you can make a lot of money buying packs and ripping and shipping, but you have to have that following because the difference between buying cards and buying wax is the guy next to you has the exact same thing at the exact same price and is doing the exact same thing you're doing. Where with me, I have this card and it could be a raw card, it could be a PSA card, a GMA, whatever. And this guy over here could have a different card in that. So then you're going to go look at both of our booths.
Yeah, that's very so. When you're looking at raw card collections, have you found them on any other platforms besides Facebook Marketplace, or is that really the primary source of finding these huge raw card collections?
It seems like it's Facebook Marketplace, man. I tried Craigslist. It seems like Craigslist is kind of outdated. Um, I mean, and you will not find very many, and you have to really take your time on it because there are a lot of bad buys out there. I checked eBay, and there was a few on eBay as well, but like once again, it wasn't worth your time. I mean, if you want to get that big mother load, you got to put in the work and go get it yourself. Because if you order that stuff, you're going to pay shipping cost, and you're looking at least a $500 shipping bill.
All right, let's talk about Star Stock for a minute
I,
because I'm very active on Star Stock. I have I think about 1,500 cards on there now. At this point, what's your opinion on Star Stock? Do you do anything on Star Stock?
haven't done anything yet. I've watched 3 videos this week, and I've been learning a lot about it. And honestly, they almost made it sound too good to be true. So I want to learn more. The thing that gets me, I guess, maybe you can answer this is I send a card to them and it sounded a lot like Investacard a little bit. But how do they assume that it gets put into the bracket that it gets put into? And how do they, or how many of yours have made the premium bracket? Because the guy basically told me on the video I watched that almost everything makes the premium.
No, that's not the case at all. No, I mean, so I'm very transparent on my channel, and it is evolved over time. So in the beginning, when Star Stock's submissions were very, very low, it was, I think, a lot easier to get a Star Stock. I think there's a couple reasons for that. They're a new business. One, they want to, make sure that they're doing the best they can, and they were spending more time per card, and they hadn't had any really like public ties to grading organizations. um and their business model was very new, so the resale value wasn't really kind of, no, it wasn't really well known yet. They weren't sure on how the difference would shake out between a star stock A, a B, and a C, and how serious people would be about their business model in general. And it took off. And in the beginning, yeah, you would probably get about 60 to 70% star stock A's in your raw cards. Well, that's now shifted to 30, 40% of your cards are star stock A, and the other 60% are going to be star stock Bs.
Gotcha.
And they're spending less time per card grading them, and it's just the nature of the beast. And of course, they're trying to fine tune this. Obviously now they're charging the 25 cent per raw card to upload, and that's going to do good things for them. That's going to enable them to get additional resources and clear up their backlog as well, and kind of thin the herd a little bit.
I do
And
if you buy a card on Star Stock, they're not shipping right now.
they're not shipping right now. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I heard today. Is that true?
Well, I think what they've done is they've prioritized. So I'd have to go back and look at, but I believe it was slabs that they would prioritize shipping out, just like they're prioritizing slabs to upload. And I think that it's just going to be 3 to 4 weeks is what they're estimating on shipping raw cards home.
Yeah.
Whereas slabs that they're still committing to 1 to 2 weeks.
Gotcha. Yeah, I want to look into it more. It seems really cool. It's just one of those things I haven't dabbled into too much. One of the biggest things when we started, I mean, I've done a lot of stuff in business, is you got to really get good at one thing before you move on to the next. And right now we're still working to get good at one thing before we move on to the next thing. I get a lot of people asking me, why haven't you started a YouTube? Why haven't you started this? Why haven't you started that? Or why don't you use this? It's just, I want to get really good at one thing before we try something else. I'm a one man team, and
Mm.
I don't want to overwork myself, as well as commit two different things and have neither of them be anything fancy.
So have you looked at Dibs at all?
I have not. What is Dibs?
So Dibs is fractional ownership of really high end cards.
Oh yeah, I have. I watched a couple videos on that. I think that's cool. I think it reminds me a lot of Top Shot. I think there's going to be a lot of issues at the beginning, but I think that's something that could come to light eventually. Um, the thing that I don't like about it, though, is that ability to be able to manipulate the market.
Yeah, and you have that ability on Star Stock if you control the supply, just like on COMC, or I guess even on eBay. If you were to
Right.
buy up every single Patrick Mahomes card on eBay, well, now all of a sudden there's zero supply unless you list a card for sale. And if you were to do that, then you could set a new price level. But if you wanted to really truly do that, you'd have to buy them up, all of them, in every single marketplace, because each one of these is kind of their own economy, right?
Right.
You have the
Right.
Star Stock marketplace that has its own supply and demand, and ComC and eBay and StockX and My Slabs. I haven't really, I've looked at their website, but I've never purchased anything on there. I've heard a couple people comment that they've had some deals on there before, maybe even Mercari, or
I've heard of Mercury a lot. I just heard there's a lot of fees.
a lot of fees. And see, that's one of the things I love about Star Stock. And that's why I'm fine with the 25 cent upload fee, because the biggest thing is there's still no fee to cash out your balance. So you make $100, you want to get that $100 in your checking account, no fee. Go ahead. Whereas ComC is 10%, PayPal, eBay, the whole 9 yards, they're all going to charge you a percentage to do that on top of the transaction fee.
Yeah. If you want my honest opinion, though, I think Dibs and Top Shot are the future. I
Mm,
I think I mean Dibs and Top Shot remind me a lot of Bitcoin starting out. There was a lot of speculation, but the people who invested in got rich and made money, and then they took it out, and then it started doing this thing, and now it's back into Bitcoin and Ethereum and even some other cryptocurrencies. But I mean, I could see both of those being the future, especially for someone, because you got to remember a lot of people just can't go out anymore and buy a collection. That's why I think these, I mean, if we look at it from that perspective, these are really cool because you can own a piece of a card you couldn't own in the long run. And then you still will make your money if that card goes up. Star Stock has
sure.
a lot of potential. I agree with that too. The more I hear about it,
Yeah, I think just like with all these platforms, they have their pros and cons. What I want to get better at, what you do a really good job at, Skylar, is selling live, or even if it's just posting. I feel like I've posted cards on Instagram before, and maybe it was just a card I posted, but I don't get any messages of people trying to buy them. Like, if I were to post a card for sale on Instagram, is it okay for me just to like put the price right there in the description of the post, or
I
like,
actually recommend that.
okay, interesting. I didn't know that.
You might get people bombarding you with like that's way too high or that's whatever, but like at least then you're not going to get 100 messages how much and then get a lot of people that waste your time. Instagram right now, I think, is the number one platform for selling sports cards just because we're doing the meet of the consumer, and I get to build a relationship with the person buying my cards, and you don't really get that with any other platform. Um, it just depends on certain cards, though. When it comes to the higher end stuff, there's people out there buying them, but you're gonna have more luck selling them through Star Stock, or you're gonna have more luck selling them through another platform because they see more eyes. I mean, as you build your page, eventually I could have enough people where I don't have to use anybody. I just using it myself. I see people every day go live on Instagram and do tons of transactions. But they have over 10,000 followers and have been around way before the boom and have been doing this for years. I mean, it's just how you build your business.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, it's how you build your business, your brand, your reputation. You continue to network. I see people do these posts. I'm not sure if you've done one, but a couple of my buddies on here that made this post, it just says legit, you
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
um,
Yep.
and they ask you to comment if you've ever done business with them before. But I find it very interesting because you can avoid the taxes and the fees of all these major platforms. If there's nothing illegal about it. I mean, there's nothing unethical about it. It's a free market, it's a free commerce market,
Yeah. It seems like to me, I don't have to do that. I've done enough business now where it hasn't became a problem, especially with Investacard and these other people. I tell everyone Investacard changed my life because they're literally the reason I'm at where I'm at today.
Mm.
They gave me that first step up. They gave me a shout out. We started booming. I started doing more stuff with them. People started seeing that coming to my page. Investacard has changed my life because I didn't have the money to grade the cards that I had. So they're truly have changed my life, and I hope there's someone out there that's in the same situation as me that lets them help change their life as well. But it's definitely once again not for everyone. Just like Star Stock, just like eBay, you have to find your roots and then you have to build on them, and then plant your seed and
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, use that. So you use Investacard as a stepping stone to now get into what you're doing now with, investing in these huge raw card collections, seeing if what kind of gems you can find, and posting these live auctions and raw sales yourself on Instagram. And now you got the merchandise and stuff, which is really cool. I love the logo. Um,
Your slab deal.
yeah, the My Slabs, Show Your Slabs deal, guys. That is incredible. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. I'm serious about that.
I think everyone should own one. I think they're only going to get bigger.
And you talked about you. So, guys, we talked about NFTs. I see here digital cards. I mean, to me, a digital card is kind of like an NFT, but I think there might be a difference because I know there's codes that I've seen on the boxes and stuff for virtual cards.
Yes.
Um, I'm not too so. What's your thoughts on digital cards? Because I'm not too familiar with the difference between a digital trading card and an NFT.
My opinion is Pokemon's been doing it for years. It's never turned into anything crazy. I don't see it happening ever potentially. I think there's a market, but I think people just like the ability to hold something in their hand. I mean, Pokemon, if you ever buy a Pokemon pack, you get that code card. You can take that on the Pokemon's website and you get a free pack on their website. And you actually can play Pokemon online.
You can
Um,
play Pokemon online. Is it for real money or just fun?
I think they do real tournaments, but mostly just for fun. They do Yu-Gi-Oh! Online, Magic the Gathering as MTG Arena. There's tons of ways to play cards online, and those companies have had to switch to that since COVID. But I don't see the long term of a digital card because you don't know how many are out there. Even if they do start numbering them and stuff, people just like the ability to hold something in their hand, and you just can't change that. It's just a huge thing we all possess.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I saw that comment here from David Hunter, and um, the more I get into this game, starting out on ComC and then getting my massive childhood raw collection from my dad and going through a lot of that. I actually sold everything I couldn't go through or didn't go through. At a point, I was like, man, this is just I'm stuck here. Like I want to create content around what I'm doing, but I'm going through and a lot of them were all just 90s junk wax card. I met up with my cam here. He bought it from me in a lot. I know I gave him a good deal because there was some sealed wax and stuff in there. It was like random stuff from the 90s, but there was some older box of stuff in there. He even found a card that was autographed to me from my second uncle. He's like my dad's cousin, but Gene Nelson. He played for the Oakland Athletics. So he actually autographed it to me with my name and stuff as a kid. It was pretty cool, and I think he's saving that for me. I'm hoping he gets it
Um,
graded for me. That'd be nice, Mike. If
I guess a good example you could talk about NFTs too is like I just saw his page with fishing. How many years have they tried to make a digital fishing game that people
mm,
will actually play and enjoy? You can't because people just want the real thing. They want to go
Sega
out.
bass fishing, yeah,
They want to go out there and hold the fish, and they want to go out there and hunt the actual deer. They don't want to play a digital game, even on the Wii back in the day where you had the gun and the fishing pole. It's just not the same.
yeah. There's no amount of vibration you could put into the controller or sound effects, and it just gets to the point where you find that sweet spot, and then you catch like the 10-pound bass or you shoot the 12-point elk every single time, and it's like okay,
Right.
I got this figured out.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of these comments, man.
Oh, the chat has been fired tonight. You guys are
I love it.
incredible, man. We've got a great community here, Skylar. I hope these guys. I know a lot of them are active on Instagram. I'm sure they're even following you now. Hopefully, they'll go check your page out and give you a follow because you have a ton of insight. You're also very active, and you've taken a different angle to the card investing, flipping, collecting modern day market than myself, and I find it very interesting, and then it's always good to know what resources you have at your disposal. You know, I think there's definitely some cards that I could consider sending into Investacard.
Absolutely. And
Just to test out their services and to partner with them. A business partnership, that kind of thing.
yeah, if you guys want to hit them up, I want to shout out his name is Young Profit. You can just call the phone number and ask for Young Profit. I've been working with him for a few weeks now. He's a new employee, but He's very. I call him 4 times a week, and we talk on a pretty much daily. He's such a great guy. He's got a lot of potential there. Eddie did a really good hire with him. Um, and their program's nice because they're transparent with you and they know these are your cards, these are your prized possessions, and they treat it like that. They actually have a partnership portal where everything gets logged and gets inputted, so there's no like you and them, where is my card or what happened to my card. Everything's documented on their partnership portal. They're doing a lot of stuff to that in the next few weeks, so it's going to be pretty cool. Follow their page, check them out. Every Monday night they do their rock hard show. Wednesday night is going to be their slab show is on Monday nights. Wednesday night is their rock hard show. They just did a big meetup in Florida in their new bank that they acquired in their building for their high stakes slab show. They're at all the big events like Dallas.
Ooh, I see a Holy Grail card right there in the
Yeah,
middle, brother.
some pretty big boys.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm in Florida too,
There's
man.
my video right there with that LeBron.
Young Prophet?
No, the LeBron. That's my submission.
Oh, this LeBron right here?
Yeah, that's my submission.
There it is, man.
Yep.
Ooh, look at that. Bowman Chrome. LeBron, dude. And the corners look beautiful on that.
Oh, it's a great card. Yeah. Super excited. There's a lot of them in there. If you want to,
Is that his rookie card?
that's one of them. Yeah. And then there's a silver we have in there as well. He's just talking. But yeah, you have that card. Anyways, I mean, yeah, they're a great company. As you can see, everything's looks fresh, ready to go, cleaned up. That was a cool card.
Wow, man.
You don't see those too often.
No, that rainbow refractor, man, gets me every
That's
time.
of the 1952. There's a really nice jersey you don't see often.
Ooh. Out of 50.
Yeah,
There's your Michael Jordan sticker.
Mhm. Yeah, there's that. Then a couple older Michaels.
Kevin
Chris
Durant.
or Kevin Durant. That's a really nice one. That Kevin Durant.
Oh, that Kobe Bryant medal. Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
a lot of good cards in there, and we have bunch more with them. Those are just a few, but we invest in the best, man, as they always say.
When did your dad start collecting?
When he was young, back in the 1990s, probably
Very cool, man.
1980s and 90s, and then he just started picking this stuff up. I mean, if you go back to 2015, almost all those cards in that stack were pennies on the dollar compared to what they are now. What are you looking at?
I was looking at this comment here from Bulldozer. My favorite slab behind me, the one that makes me laugh the most, it's a Population 1.
Yeah.
Championship ticket, rookie card, contenders rookie auto. A subscriber sent this to me
Very nice.
in 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 between two pieces of cardboard that said Population 1 Bucks player rookie card PSA 10 super rare card, but it's Roberto Aguayo, who's the kicker we drafted in the second round. That was a total bust. He's not even playing in the NFL anymore.
Nice.
But it's just a really cool card, and it was a really funny mail day opening. JJ Bama sent that to me. He got me really good. So I just say from like card and the moment of opening it, just the the memory behind that one is really good, is really up there. Of course, I've got a lot of Tom Brady, like even this red cracked ice one that I paid actually $30 for this, but this was way before we won the Super Bowl. This was back in like December, and then we went on to win. Now this card's like $200.
Yeah,
Um, I've got the Walter Payton. That was my big vintage card that I picked up.
very nice.
The Leonard Fournette. I've got some other nice slabs coming in. Gardner Minshew, PSA 10. Kyler Murray. And then I've got a lot of cards that I really need to send in graded. I have a stack of slabs over here. The Daniel Jones. The Daniel Jones, though, for me is just all investment,
Absolutely. Yeah.
The Daniel Jones is all investment. The Gardner Minshew's investment. Chris Godwin. Yeah, I've got the Disco Prism, which is a really low pop. That's a nice card. The Disco Prism. This one, this Leonard Fournette right here is a really nice RPA PSA 10 Spectra. I really like this card because I won this card in a bet. I didn't pay anything for this from my buddy who's a awesome YouTuber and covers LSU football professionally. Card of the Power Hour LSU, and I lost bets to him all year when the Saints played the Bucks, and I finally won when we played them in the playoffs.
There you
So
go.
this one holds a lot of value to me, collection value to me with the Aguayo. And then this one's the Chris Godwin Disco Prism. It's a PSA 9, but it's still very low population. And I like the disco on that, And he's been one of my favorite players the last couple of years, skill position, not just the Bucks, but he's been a stud on my fantasy teams and just a really good athlete, man.
We got a lot of good stuff going on now, and we got a lot of good stuff going on in the future, man. I mean, we plan to keep growing as we keep getting more people that want to do collaborations. We'll keep posting those, but other than that, that's To the Moon Collectibles. I mean, we're super excited to have everyone who supports us. And if any of you guys want to give us a follow, we'd love to have you on the page. It's been a really fun night for us. We appreciate Andy letting us come on here. And yeah.
Before I let you get out of here, I'm going to show this Lombardi Lenny one more time, because I didn't realize Carter from Power Hour was out there chilling, probably with his little dog Booger. Good. I'm sending positive vibes for Booger, by the way, Carter. And I want you to give us a bold prediction. I can't let you get out of here without giving us a bold prediction for 2021 in sports card related, because I know you're not as huge of an NFL fan as myself, but just give us a bold prediction for the sports card hobby that has not yet happened. It's going to happen here in 2021.
I really predict LaMelo Ball, man. I think LaMelo Ball is a good pickup, especially the new Prisms. I think they're going to just only go up. I think there's a lot of potential in the new Prism LaMelo Balls, as well as RJ Barrett cards from NBA Hoops and Prism. I think they're going to see a big rise. I'm personally investing in Zion Williamson, but
has his prices finally dipped to a point where they're now buy lows again?
Yes. At least I think so. They're pretty low right now, as with everything in the market right now.
So basketball cards are in a dip as a whole, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think a pretty good dip right now, and it's gonna, kind of do the swoop up and go to the moon.
Nice. Well, that's a perfect spot to sign off. Shout out to all you guys jumping in. Carter, Thomas from Costa Rica, card collector, great community. Can't thank you guys enough for joining us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, you guys can find Skylar at To The Moon Collectibles on Instagram. It's tagged in the description of this video and throughout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys very soon. I have a new video coming up Monday. I'm going to be tackling everybody's pain point in selling. That's going to be very soon. I've got some more packages to open up. It's a lot of fun, man. It's action-packed every day right now in sports cards, and I'm having a blast. You can make money and have fun and love what you're doing at the same time, and it's good stuff. So,
Well, thank you for having me on, and you guys have a good night. And let's go to the moon together.
let's do it. Peace. Oh, he gone.